Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I apologize for taking the 1 month hiatus. It was super busy at my family's house between all the end of school year stuff, all the end of school year field trips, kids spring sports. I got 3 of them. 2 of them playing soccer, 1 playing baseball. I just had no time to record. On top of that, getting into my own fishing tournaments. It's been busy, it's been hectic. I'm finally able to sit down and get this recorded for you guys. And today I want to go over a company that's in the same state as I am in Ohio, located down near Cincinnati, and that's Blind Squirrel Baits. So let's get into this. Full transparency here. Blind Squirrel Baits reached out to me via TikTok and said, hey, if we send you some baits, do you mind doing a full honest review of those? And I said, sure, send them over. I got these about 6-7 weeks ago, and I've been testing them over that last month and a half, 2 months, just to make sure I get you guys a full, complete review. So want to dive into my thoughts, good, bad, uglies, and we'll go from there. First off, Blind Squirrel Baits is a soft plastic company. They make a bunch of different soft plastic baits. They've also starting to get into the wire bait game, so your buzz bait, spinner baits. They have a really cool innovative buzz bait, which is a double arm, double blade buzz bait. We'll get into that later on. So what the guys over there did, they sent me 2 packs of their toads and then 2 different buzz baits to test out. So like I said before, I spent about 2 months testing everything out, seeing how I like them, get the good and the bad, just so that I can let you guys know, and also get the feedback over to Blind Squirrel. So first off, let's go over packaging. So the way that Blind Squirrel packages their baits, it's just in your normal Ziploc bag, and it comes with a sticker on it. The sticker will tell you the brand name, what type it is, so frogs, the color, and how many are in each pack. So this one is their blue silver frog, and you get 4 of them in each pack. This one here, this one is their orange and white frog, and again, you get 3 in this pack. So let me take them out of the pack so you can see what they look like. So this is the orange and white frog. So it's got a nice orange with an orange and gold glitter effect on the top. The bottom is white, although it looks like there was a little bit of bleeding on the orange, so the white turned into almost like a greenish color. Still, to the fish's eye, that's going to be white. It's got 2 paddle tails on there, a place to put your hooks on there to keep them weedless. Really great frog. I fished these frogs on top water without the buzz bait and was able to catch fish on them. I used them as a trailer on my buzz bait too, and it's still successful. So again, that is the orange and white frog. And then this one, this is their blue and silver frog. This is probably one of the greatest colors I have ever seen. So looking at the body is that blue color, but it's got yellow and gold and green and orange and red all mixed into that body. The legs are silver. With the silver, you get a little bit of the small gold flake, large gold flake, red and blue, almost like a red, white, and blue for America. I really like it. This is a really awesome bait there. Again, this one specifically, I use just as a normal top water, like you would any type of a buzz bait, but no wire, just a hook on there, and would fish this across the top of the water. And I was getting really nice top water bites with these baits here. Now, the buzz bait they sent me, like I said, they sent 2. So this is the first one. This one is more of your traditional buzz bait. It is a 1/2 ounce. They sent me a Fire Tiger cover, Fire Tiger color. And with this one, as you can see, the blade's a little bit different. So with the blade it's got your normal traditional buzz bait blade, and then inside of it is a turbine blade. It makes a lot of noise. Like, this thing gives off some of the most commotion I've seen with the way that blade setup is set. The negatives to this though is that they use a very stiff jig skirt. It has almost very little stretch to it. I feel like if you pull too much, you're going to tear these off. So very stiff, thick jig skirt. Powder coating is really good on these. I've never had any issues with the blades not turning or getting tangled. Another con is the speed in which you have to fish these. If you're fishing it without a trailer on it as is, it's not too bad. You can do a medium to a medium fast cadence on there, and they'll keep it at the top of the water column, or I'm sorry, on top of the water. But if you were to add, say, the toad to it to give it that extra commotion and that extra size, you have to burn this, and you have to burn it fast. For me, when I'm fishing topwater, especially early spring like it is here, and early into late spring as it is in here, I like to do it with a medium to a medium slow cadence just to get it on top of the water and just enough to get the blade spinning. I don't really want to burn it. Something I would use in the fall, maybe late summer, not really an early spring type of bait for me personally. But if you're someone that likes to burn a buzz bait, this one's for you. Now, the last product they sent me was something that I was very, very excited to try, mostly because I had never seen one before. Not that I fish a lot of buzz baits or shop for a lot of buzz baits, but it's just something I've never seen before. So when Blind Squirrel reached out to me, I'm like, yes, I want to test this product out. And that one is their double arm, double bladed buzz bait. With this particular buzz bait, it does not come with a skirt on it. So you have to put one of those toads or whatever your top water soft plastic preference is. For me personally, on this one, I used that orange and white toad on here, and it worked really good on clear waters. But one thing that's really awesome about this is it actually has two arms coming out of the lead, and these actually are two separate independent wires that actually can join together when you tie the knot. So this is actually essentially two of those previous buzz baits I showed you wired into one lead mold into one thick hook. So this thing is the biggest presentation I've seen when it comes to buzz baits. It makes a ton of commotion. So if you're fishing somewhere, maybe dark water, stained muddy water, this thing makes so much commotion and so much racket on the top of the water, and its profile size, this thing will definitely get bit. It's something that you need to be aware of, and that is with the toad on there, the lead, the two arms, and essentially the four blades, this thing weighs well over an ounce. So for me, the only way I was able to fish that is on my 7.2 heavy. This is my 7.2 heavy fast action rod. I would not recommend throwing this on a medium heavy. It's a heavy bait and you need to be able to get it out there without damaging your rod. So I would throw this on a heavy style rod. Now, if you're using something like, say, an Abu Garcia, where they understate theirs, you could probably get away with a medium heavy. But if you're throwing a traditional medium heavy, it's going to be underpowered for something like this. Now, going back to a con, in my personal preference, is because of the weight, because of the size, you really, really, really have to burn this. So for me, I was throwing it on an 8-to-1 gear ratio reel. So something that I would never traditionally do when it comes to a buzz bait, a heavy rod, an 8-to-1 reel. Typically, I like to use a medium heavy rod and a 7-to-1 or even a 6-4-to-1. Again, when I throw a buzz bait, I like to throw a slower presentation, but the weight and the design on this, you really have to burn it. I'm not saying burning is not going to catch a fish, because I've caught plenty of fish on this thing, and it's something that fish have never seen before. Like, this thing is the biggest presentation when it comes to a topwater bait I've ever seen. So again, if you're someone that's really into burning your buzz baits, this is the one for you. It does fantastic. All right, guys, if you want to check out anything from Blind Squirrel Baits, I will put a link to their TikTok in the description. That's where I do all my communication with these guys. They're a great company, locally operated, small business. They run everything through social media. They make some really good products. It's a newer company, so let's go ahead and support those small businesses and help them out. If you liked this video, go ahead and give it a like, and if you would, please subscribe to this channel. It helps this channel out more than anything. Thank you, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.